In this lesson, we will learn to draw an histogram. So in the first histogram that we draw, the following table gives the marks scored by 100 students in an entrance exam. From 0 to 10, we have 4 students who have scored between 0 to 10. 10 students have scored marks between 10 and 20, 16 between 20 30, 22 30 to 40, 40 to 50 is 20, 50 to 60 is 18, 60 to 70 is 8, and 70 to 80 is 2. So first we draw the two axes. Here we have the x-axis, and first we draw the axis. Here you have the x-axis and the y-axis. We take the marks 0, all these marks on the x-axis. So here will be like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And we write down these are marks. Next we have the number of students. So these are the number of students, and we take that on the y-axis. So we have number of students. The scale should be an appropriate scale. So here I'll take 5, 2, gap of 2 each, which means this would be 2, then I have 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14. Now if you realize this is not sufficient because I need to get right up to 20, and I've got up to 14, so I have to change my scale. I'd earlier taken 2, now I will probably take gaps of 4. So this is 4, then I have 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Now I reach 20. So you need to take the scale, an appropriate scale, so all your readings will fit. So now let's plot the first. 0 to 10 is 4. So 0 to 10, I need to take it on my x-axis. This is 0 to 10, and it goes up to 4, and this is 4. So this is my first column. Next, I have 0 to 20. So this is 0 to 20. I mean 10 to 20. Here is 10 to 20. It has to go up to 10. And 10 would be somewhere between 8 and 12. So this would be 10 here. So this is my next column. Then the next I have 20 to 30. So look out for 20 to 30 on the x-axis. So 20 to 30 is out here, and it goes up right up to 16. Now 16 is here. So 20 to 30, 16. Next is 30 to 40. 30 to 40 on the x-axis. So 30 to 40 is out here, and it goes up right to 22. So 22 is between 20 and 24. So here is 22. So this would be 30 to 40. Next we have 40 to 50, and that goes up to 20. So let us take 40 to 50 on the x-axis. Here is 40 and here is 50. So this is 40 to 50, and it goes up to 20. Now 20 is out here. So this will be our next. Then we have 50 to 60. So here is 50 to 60. That goes up to 18. So 50 to 60 on the x, 50 to 60, and that would go up to 18. So 18 is out here between 16 and 20. So this is the column for 50 to 60. Then we have 60 to 70. So 60 to 70 on the x-axis. Here is 60 and this is 70, and that goes up to 8. So we have 8 out here. So this is 50 to 68. Next we have 70 to 80, and that is for 2. So 70 to 80 on the x-axis. So this is 70 and 80, and that goes up to 2. So 2 would be somewhere here in the middle. Now it will be even lower, so I think it would be somewhere this. So this would be 70 to 80. So this is your histogram. Now for the next histogram, here is a distribution of weights of 50 students. And unlike the earlier one, this histogram starts from 50 to 55. It does not start from 0. It starts from 55. So we got to start it somewhere here. Say this is 55. And in this case, we always put a kink because we are not starting from 0. So we need to take our weights on the x-axis. So I've already taken, I start from 55. From 50 we have to start, not 55. We start from 50. And we put a kink because we have not started from 0. So 50, this would be 55, then 60, 65, equally spaced, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90. And here we have taken the weight in kgs. Next we have to take the number of persons on the y-axis. So we take number of persons on the y-axis. Now in this case we need to reach till 12. So maybe we take 2, then 4, 6, 8, 10 and 12. So just put it up again. This is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. And here are number of students. Now we are ready to plot the histogram. The first reading is 50 to 55. Remember on the x-axis. So here is 50 to 55. This is 50 to 55 and it goes up to 12. So it will now go up right up to 12. Here is 12. So I now, this is 12 here. So this would be 50 to 55. Next is 55 to 60 and that goes up to 8. So you have 55 to 60 and that will go up to 8 and 8 is here. So we need to draw this up. 55 to 60 right up to 8. Next 60 to 65 right up to 5. So we have 60 to 65 right up to 5. Now 5 is between 4 and 6, so here it would be 5. This would be the next one. Now we have 65 to 70 right up to 4. So 65 to 70 to 4. So this is 4. Next we have 70 to 75 right up to 5. So 70 to 75 on the x-axis. So here is 70, this is 75 on the x-axis. Here, right up to 5. So 5 is somewhere here. So we have to go up right up to 5. This is 5. Next we have 75 to 80. So this is 75 to 80 and then it goes up to 7. So 7 is between 6 and 8. So 7 will be somewhere here. So here we have 75 to 80. Then it's 80 to 85 to 6. So this is 80 to 85 right up to 6. So 6 is here. So 80 to 85 right up to 6. Then we have 85 to 90 right up to 3. So this is 85 and 90 right up to 3. The 3 is somewhere here. So we have 85 to 90 right up to 3. So this is your histogram. Just to go over it again, we have 50 to 55, that was 50 to 55 right up to 12. Then we had 55 to 60 right up to 8, 55 to 60 to 8, 60 to 65 is 5, 60 to 65, 5, 65 to 74, 65 to 74, 70 to 75, 5, 70 to 75, 5, 75 to 80, 7. So 75 to 80 was 7. 80 to 85, 6. 80 to 85, 6. 85 to 93, 85 to 93. The following table represents the number of illiterate females in the age group of 30 to 34 in a town. Now, if you notice in this data, it is 10 to 14, and then it is 15 to 19, and here is a gap of 1. This also is 15 to 19, and then you have 20 to 24, so here is a gap of 1. Here too is a gap of 1, and this is a gap of 1. So the first thing we need to do is close down the gap. So to close down the gap, what we do is we subtract and we add. So this now we will write it as 9.5 to 14.5, and that would be 300. Here for 15 to 19 we will subtract 0.5, so this will be 14.5 to 19.5, and that would be 980. For the next, from 20 to 24, we'll do 19.5 to 24.5, and this would be 800. For 25 to 29 now, we'll do 24.5, subtract 0.5, and on the other side add 0.5, be 580. And in the end here, again for 30 and 34, 30 subtract 0.5, 30.5, 29.5 to 34.5, and that would be 290. So these are your new proper readings. So this is your age group and number of females. So the next step, we need to draw our two axes, the x-axis and the y-axis. So the age group, we are going to take it on the x-axis. So this is the age group, and we'll take 9.5, 14.5, and remember we are not starting from 0, we are starting here from 9.5, and when we don't start from 0, we need to put a kink. So let's go on 14.5, then we have 19.5, 24.5, 29.5, 34.5, and since we have not started with 0, we put a kink here. Now on the other side, we will take these points, and to include all, we need to take this as 200, 400, 600, 800, 1000. These are the number of females. Let's start with the first. That was 9.5 to 14.5 to 300. So we have 9.5, 14.5 right up to 300. So 300 is here. This is the first column. 9.5 to 14.5. Next, we have 14.5 to 19.5 to 980. So 14.5 to 19.5 is here, right up to 980. Now 980 would be here. This is 980, a little below 1000. Next, 19.5 to 24.5 with 800. So 19.5, 24.5 to 800. 800 is out here. So we have 19.5 to 800 and 24.5 to 800. Next, we take 24.5 to 29.5 to 580. So here is 24.5, here is 29.5. We've got to take it to 580. So 580 would be somewhere here. So 24.5 to 29.5 to 580. Then we have 29.5 to 34.5 to 290. So 29.5 to 34.5 right up to 290. So 290 would be just short of 300. So that would be 300 is here. So that would be somewhere here. This is 300 between 400 and 200. So here would be your histogram. To go over it again, here we had 9.5 to 14.5, this right up to 300. Then we have 14.5 to 19.5 here, right up to 980. 19.5 to 24.5, this one right up to 800. 24.5 to 580, right up to 580. And 29.5 to 34.5 here, right up to 290. We need to draw a histogram for this data. Again, you see there is a gap here of 1, 44 to 45, 49 to 50. So we need to close in the gap. So for which we are going to now do for 25, we'll subtract 0.5. 25 minus 0.5 will be 24.5, and this will be 29.5, and that would be reading 5. For the next, we have 30, and we'll subtract 0.5, so we get 29.5. Here we get 34, we'll add 0.5, so we'll get 34.5, and that would be 15. Next, here we subtract and add on the other side, so we'll have here 34.5 to 39.5, and that is 23. Next, 40 we subtract 0.5, 44 we add 0.5, so we have now 39.5 to 44.5, and that would be 20. For the next is 45 to 49, so when we subtract will be 44.5 to 49.5, so 10. And for the last one, 50 to 54, so we subtract the lower limit, we add on the upper limit, so we will get here 49.5 to 54.5, and that would be 7. So here we made it continuous, the data. We have closed in the gaps. So these are two axes, the x-axis and the y-axis. We will take the class interval on the x-axis and the frequency on the y-axis. Let's go ahead and mark the points. So here we start with 24.5. Remember, we're not starting with 0, so hence we need to put the skink. Then we have 29.5, 34.5, 39.5, 44.5, 49.5, and then we have 54.5. Now for the y-axis, we'll mark this as 2, then 4, 6, 8, 10, gaps of 2, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, and 24. We take up the first reading, 24.5 to 29.5 with 5. So that is 24.5 to 29.5 right up to 5. Now 5 is between 4 and 6, so here would be 5. This would be your 1. Now next is 29.5, 34.5 to 15. So we have 29.5 to 34.5 right up to 15. Now 15 would be between 14 and 16. So 15 could be here. So this is the next. Next is 34.5 to 39.5, and it's here 34.5 to 39.5, and this is 23. So we go up to 23. 23 will be between 22 and 24. So this is 23 here. So from 34.5 we go up to 23, and from 39.5 also we go up to 23. So this is our next column. Then we have 39.5 to 44.5, and let's mark that 39.5 to 44.5, and that goes to 20. So 20 is out here. This is 20. So we have now 39.5 to 44.5, and this is 20 right up to 20. Then we have 44.5 to 49.5. So 44.5 to 49.5, and that goes up to 10. So 10 is here. This is 10, and from 49.5 we go to 10, 44.5 we go to 10. So this is the next. And the last 49.5 to 54.5, and that goes up to 7. So we have 7 between 6 and 8. So I think 7 would be somewhere here. This would be the last one. So this is your histogram. Let's go over it again. Now you know why you put the king, because we start from 24.5. So when we see 24.5 to 29.5 is 5. So here this comes up to 5. Then the next one comes up to 15. So it goes up to 15. Then goes up next one to 23. Then goes up to 20. Then next goes up to 10. And then next is up to 7. Represent the following data by means of a histogram. Now if you carefully observe this data, it's a little different from the rest of the data given to us. So here written again, and the problem lies in the class intervals. Look at the first class interval is 5. Then 15 to 20 is 5 again. 20 to 25 is 5 again. But now 25 to 30 is also 5, but 30 to 40 is 10. 40 to 60 is 20, and 60 to 80 is 20. So these class intervals are not the same. In this case, we find something called the adjusted frequency. When the class intervals are not the same, we find something called the adjusted frequency. To find the adjusted frequency, you first write the normal frequency given to you. Like here it is 7, 9, 8, 5. So we go ahead and write these 7, 9, 8, 5, 12, 12 and 8. Now to find the adjusted frequency, you take the frequency 7 divided by the class interval. So here I do 7 divided by 5. And the next one, I take 9, I divide by 5. So I have 9 over 5. Then in here 2 I do 8 over 5. Then I do 5 over 5. Here 12 over 10. So that is 12 over 10. Next 12 over 20. So 12 over 20. And the last 8 over 20. So we have 8 over 20. Then you multiply each of this reading with the lowest class size. The lowest class size is 5. So here you do into 5, into 5. Each of this fraction you multiply by 5. And when you calculate, you will get your adjusted frequency. In the first case it is 7, then we get 9, here we get 8, here we get 5, here we get 6, this is 3 and this is 2. So we've got to now plot the histogram with this new frequency. So we'll now write the weekly wages against this new frequency that we have found out, the adjusted frequency. And we'll plot the histogram based on this adjusted frequency. So here we have the x-axis and we have the y-axis. On the x-axis I'm going to take the weekly wages. And you look up and see these are my weekly wages. So I'll take here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 and 80. And on the y-axis I have to take my frequency, this frequency. So this will be 1, 2, I've got to reach till 10. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is my frequency. So for the first one, it is 10 to 15 right up to 7. So here is 10 and this would be 15 somewhere in the middle, right up to 7. So this would be right up to 7 here. This also would go up right up to 7. This will be the first one. Second, 15 to 20 right up to 9. So we have 15, this is 15 to 20 right up to 9. So 9 is somewhere here 9 is here. So I take 15, this is 15 to 20 right up to 9. Next is 20 to 25 right up to 8. So here we have 20, 25 will be somewhere in the middle, right up to 8. So 8 is here. So we join from 8, 25 to 8, and here we have 20 to 8. Next, 25 to 30 right up to 5. So here we have 25 to 30 right up to 5. This 5. So from 30 we go up to 25 and from to 5 here is the next one. Next is 30 to 40 right up to 6. So here is 30, here is 30 to 40 right up to 6. Now 6 is here and this is 30 to 40. So 40, 30 to 40, this is 30 to 40 right up to 6. It's a little broader because it is 30 to 40. Next is 40 to 60 right up to 3. So we have here 40 right up to 60 with 3. So 3 is here, 40 to 60. It's a broad one. But remember, our class intervals were not same. So this is the next. And last we have 60 to 80 right up to 2. So here we have 60 to 80 right up to 2. So this is 60 to 80. So if you notice here, the widths are different. The width of these are different. This is broader, so you have narrower, narrow, because this class size was different, and that is why we had to find the adjusted frequency. Now for the next sum, again this is adjusted frequency, but how do we know it's adjusted frequency? Let's write our class 0 to 10, then we have 10 to 30, 30 to 45, we have 45 to 50, and in the end we have 50 to 60. Let's find what are the class sizes here, or the class interval. In this case it is 10. 10 to 30 is 20 is a difference, 30 to 45 is 15, 45 to 50 is 5, and this is 10. So have you seen the class sizes are different? In this case we find something called the adjusted frequency. First let's write the normal frequency which they have given us. And the normal frequency first is 8, 32, 18, 10 and 6. For adjusted frequency, we can't plot the normal frequency. We need to plot the adjusted frequency. For adjusted frequency, first we take 8 over 10. So we do 8 over 10. In the next case, we do 32 over 20. So 30 frequency over class size. Then next we do 18 over 15. So it's 18 over 15. Next 10 over 5. So 10 over 5. Then we have 6 over 10. 6 over 10. Now each of these readings we multiply by the smallest class size. And if you see here, the smallest class size is 5. So we multiply this by 5. This 2 by 5. Each one of them we multiply by the smallest class size. On calculation, we will get this as 4, this is as 8, this is 6, this is 10, and this as 3. Now we are going to plot our graphs with this new frequency, with this adjusted frequency. So here's the class interval. Now we'll write our adjusted frequency. It is 4 here, 8, 6, 10 and 10. So here's our x-axis, this is our y-axis. We always take the class interval on the x-axis. So this is class interval. And class interval will take a 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and we require another one. And that is 60. Here we take the frequency on the y-axis. And the frequency we take as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Let's go ahead and plot. 0 to 10 is 4. So here is 0 to 10 and we need to go right up to 4. So here is 0 to 10. Next we have 10 to 30 and that is 8. So there is 10, 30 is way here. We need to go right up to 8. So 8 is here. So this is 10 to 30. This is 10. This is going up to 30. So that's a little broader. Then next we have 30 to 45 is 6. So here is 30, and 45 would be somewhere in between 40 and 50 here. This is 45, and that goes up to 6. So here is 6. So this would be 30 right up to 45. Then we have 45 to 50 to 10. So there is 45 to 50, and that would go up right up to 10. So 10 is here. So from 45 we need to go to 10. This is 45. Here we need to go to 10. To 50 we need to go to 10. From 50 also we need to go to 10. So it's this. We need to erase this up. And last we have 50 to 60 to 10. So 50 to 60, again to 10. So 10 is up here. So 50 to 10. And then we have 60 to 10. So here this is 50 to 60, here to 10. This was the next one. So if you've seen, the widths are uneven because the class intervals were uneven. From 0 to 10 it was 4, 10 to 30, which is broader, it was 8, then 30 to 45 was 6, then 45 to 50 was just 10, and 50 to 60 was also 10.